Dialing Dodgers Online. Connecting to Dodgers Online.
Here's a pop-up. Under it is DeShields. It comes down, and the Dodgers have won the Western Division National League Championship.
Sign on to the Dodgers Online, the story of the 1995 National League Western Division champions.
Power supply.
With the eyes of the nation upon them, the Dodgers opened the 1995 season in Florida, featuring a litany of stars and future promise, pitching, power, and potential.
That one is deep to left field. And Mondesi's got his second home run of the game. What a shot!
The 94 Rookie of the Year, Raul Mondesi, showed the tradition of young Dodger talent was to continue. After sweeping 2 from the Marlins, it was back to Los Angeles, where the Dodgers celebrated their own home opener. It was here Mondesi got his just rewards as the Dodgers' 3rd consecutive Rookie of the Year, a tribute to an organization that grows its own prize fruit.
Raul, on behalf of the National League, it gives me great pleasure to present you with the 1994 Rookie of the Year award.
It was the first chance for Dodger fans to see the men who would lead their team into battle in the Western Division of the National League. And as a sign of things to come, a youngster had a big night.
Hammered to left field. This one is back, and this one is gone. And Billy Ashley has hit his first of the season, and the Dodgers have broken it open.
5 RBIs by Billy Ashley as the Dodgers beat the eventual world champion Braves.
Nomo mania.
Tuesday afternoon's game for the Dodgers.
The talk of the baseball world was Japanese pitching sensation Hideo Nomo, first introduced by Dodgers president Peter O'Malley.
I think from the very first meeting with Hideo, my feeling about him was that here is a very special person. Here is a very special player, because someone with great courage, who had the courage to take the chance to come to this country and to put everything that he had on the line to prove that he deserved and had the ability to perform here, and that's exactly what happened.
The first Japanese-born player to join the major leagues after playing professionally in Japan, Nomo made an immediate impression with his dedication and work ethic.
Well, he's doing extremely well. He's working awful hard. You know, he's a hard worker, and he's getting to know some of the techniques, and he's also trying to learn as many of the baseball terms as he must know. So he's doing a good job, and we're very, very happy to have him. I think he's an outstanding pitcher.
Nomo made his first start in San Francisco under a global microscope. May 2nd against the Giants. And although he didn't get a decision, he did pitch 5 scoreless innings and struck out 7, a harbinger of good things to come. On June the 2nd, after 5 no decisions, Nomo finally won his first game, pitching 8 innings of 2-hit ball against the New York Mets. He watched the final out from the dugout.
Worrell's fastball is a ground ball, smothered by DeShields, throws to first and got him. Hideo Nomo getting 5s and hugs as he comes on the field. A big grin on Hideo's face as he has finally done it.
12 days later, he struck out 16 Pirates, a new Dodger record for most strikeouts by a rookie pitcher.
The 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and so Nomo does what the crowd came out to see. He strikes out the side. Nomo ready, checks Mark Parent, here he comes, swung on and missed. And that means he strikes out the side, and Hideo has 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. And here he comes. Fastball got him looking. He strikes out the side on consecutive at-bats. And those kids are going wild up there in left field, and they hang strikeout number 11. That's 25 strikeouts for Nomo in 13 innings against Pittsburgh. Hideo delivers, swung on and missed. 16 strikeouts for Hideo Nomo, high in the major leagues this year. The kids in the balcony hanging the K's are doing a war dance up there.
Hideo's early season success had captivated 2 countries. The media from Japan and the U.S. simply couldn't get enough of their photogenic new hero.
Press, the fans, everybody wanted to see Nomo. Everybody wanted a piece of Nomo, sports writers, people wanting autographs, taking pictures of him, everything. And to do it in the class and the dignity that he did it in, he was truly a great role model for his country of Japan.
But Nomo wasn't the only pitcher from a foreign land to join the Americans on the Dodger staff. Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Korea, call it the International House of Pitchers. Quite a challenge for catcher Mike Piazza.
It really isn't as hard as probably what people make it out to be, because to get to the major leagues, you have to have a certain amount of ability and a certain amount of knowledge and just idea of what you want to do out on the mound. So probably the hardest part for me was just getting to know these guys on a personal level. As a catcher, you have to figure out their personality and everything that you can do to kind of make them feel comfortable out there and bring out the best in them and just to help them to be as successful as their ability will allow.
By way of Mexico, call him Ishmael, second-year pitcher Ishmael Valdez, who also won the hearts of Dodger fans in '95. When others swooned in June, Ishmael won 5 straight starts.
Fastball got him. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. That's a high 11 strikeouts. And he probably lines it to center, caught by Kelly. Valdez throws his hands in the air, and what a gutsy shutout that was.
I feel really glad to be with them. I feel really comfortable, and it don't matter where country you are or where you're from. Just being together, helping each other is what it matters.
It seemed like someone was always there to lend Valdez guidance through his first full season in the major leagues, especially his new best friend, Hideo Nomo, to whom he comfortably spoke the language of pitching.
2 young men, different cultures, different language. Isn't that great, sitting shoulder to shoulder in baseball? Really wonderful. That's great.
Once I don't understand what he's trying to tell me, we call his interpreter and he translates for us.
Meanwhile, the conversation continues between Hideo Nomo. Wouldn't you like to know what Valdez is saying?
When his interpreter is not in the dugout, we make kind of body language.
They are marvelous, those 2 guys, having fun in any language.
Valdez went 13 and 11 and had a stretch of 16 straight scoreless innings in September. He also had plenty of support from the Dodgers' many Mexican fans.
They are always with us and always with me in good and the bad times. And also the Mexican people and the American people, they live in LA. I'm Mexican, so they always work with me, and I feel like I am home. I feel like I'm pitching in Mexico. I feel like I'm pitching in my own town. I like the city.
Power supply, Eric Karros.
Eric Karros reached new heights in 1995. He started every game but one at first and became the first Dodger first baseman since Steve Garvey to hit 30 home runs.
The 1-1 pitch to Karros. High fly ball to right field and deep. Wind going back to the wall. It's gone. A home run for Karros, and the Dodgers lead 4-0.
Watching Eric grow has been a special treat.
In 25 years with the Dodgers, I have seen very few players make the improvements that Eric has been able to make over the last few years. And it's really a tribute to his dedication, the things that he has done, the hard work that he has put in, both offensively and defensively. He's done a tremendous job. And in knowing Eric, the best part of all of this is that he will not be satisfied with this year's performance. I look for that to continue to improve.
Not only did Eric's home runs come often, they often were quite timely.
Swung on and drilled to deep left center field, and this ball is gone. Home run, Karros, and the Dodgers lead 4-3.
The 3-2 pitch, fastball hit to deep left field. Back goes Bonilla, way back. It's gone. The 1-1 pitch is whacked to left field. Back goes Canna, way back. She is gone. Mr. Clutch, that's Eric Karros.
Eric had 18 game-winning hits in 1995 and set new career standards in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. He credits his supporting cast.
I think a lot of it had to do with the guys around me also having productive years, because as far as the RBIs and driving in runs, you know, you can't drive yourself in all the time.
Eric also contributed some stellar defense in 1995. He made just 3 errors all season and had stretches of 30 and 49 straight games without a miscue. It seems like yesterday he was Rookie of the Year. Now he's a team leader.
You talk about a role model. Hey, he's one. If the youngsters want role models, all they have to do is look up and see Eric Karros. He represents the Dodgers at all times in the highest degree of class. He wears the Dodger uniform with pride, dignity, and character. Anything good that happens to Karros, it couldn't happen to a nicer young man.
The first true test of the season for the Dodgers was a late June 4-game confrontation with their longtime rivals, the San Francisco Giants, a benchmark series of every season. In Game 1, Karros blasted 2 two-run homers to ignite a 5-home-run assault.
Here's a 3-1 pitch to Karros on the way. Hit high and deep to right center field. Going back, Lewis to the wall, gone. And Karros has hit his second of the game, his 13th of the season. The Dodgers take the lead 7-6.
The Dodgers won that game 7-6 and raised their record above 500. The onslaught continued the following day as Mike Piazza hit a home run for the 3rd consecutive game.
High drive to center field. This ball is gone. And for the Dodgers, they take the 2-1 lead. And for Piazza, home run number 11.
The Dodgers banged out 13 hits to win the 2nd game of the series 7-2. The 5th straight victory for Ismael Valdez.
And here comes Valdez. Good breaking ball. Swung on and missed, and he's gone. Whoa, did he break off a dandy.
2 straight wins against the Giants, whose frustration only got worse the following day. For they would face Hideo Nomo, who drew another sellout crowd at Dodger Stadium. Nomo was also going for his 5th straight win, and the Dodgers seemed determined that he'd get it.
Drive into right center field and deep. Kelly going to the track, leaps up and makes a great catch for the out. Mondesi has to go back, and it's over his head, and he makes a great one-hand catch anyway.
Mondesi was in a comfort zone, doing things that don't always turn up in the box score.
The pitch. Fastball, the ground ball is short. Clayton bats it down, picks it up, goes to Patterson, who's upended at second base. A great slide by Mondesi, and no chance for a double play for the Giants. He rolled John Patterson.
The beneficiary of all this, Mr. Nomo, who'd pitch a 2-hit shutout and give the fans a bonus in the ninth.
So 1 out in the ninth inning, and one last time for the folks tonight to say hello or goodbye to Barry Bonds. Nomo has been incredible. One of those Japanese words, beautiful and wonderful. Utsukushi, Subarasi. Or at least it's a reasonable facsimile. This crowd would bust its buttons if he can strike out Bonds. The 2-2 pitch to Barry Bonds, swung on and missed.
7-0, the final. 3 straight over the Giants. A crowning moment for the unflappable Nomo. What was left? Well, how about a sweep? And in Game 4, Raul Mondesi, who went 2 for 3 with a home run, was the hero once again.
Hit in the air to right and deep. Back goes Mondesi to the track at the wall. Leaps up, an incredible play.
The veteran Tom Candiotti struck out 11, 1 short of his career high, as the knuckleball danced and dazzled for 8 infuriating innings. With a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the ninth, closer Todd Worrell sought to settle the score.
And you can hear the crowd chanting in the background now, sweep, sweep, sweep. If so, it'll be the first 4-game sweep by the Dodgers of the Giants in Dodger Stadium since April of 1980. Worrell again ready in the gloaming, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And the Dodgers win it 3-2. The Dodgers sweep a 4-game series here at Dodger Stadium.
On the hill, Ramon Martinez.
Ramon Martinez is the Dodgers' ace of the 90s, with double-figure victories in 5 of the past 6 seasons. He went 17-7 in 1995 and won his last 6 decisions. But more than the numbers, the 27-year-old Dominican brings a quiet leadership to the many cultures that make up the Dodgers staff.
Well, I talked to Ramon in spring training, and I told him that his role would not only be to be the best pitcher on our staff, but he was to be the leader of the starters. He was to set the pace for them, set the table for them, do as he did, and he led them, and he led them tremendously.
As a veteran member of the starting rotation, Ramon was often looked upon to lend support, especially to the Spanish-speaking players.
He talked to me first time, you don't do this, you don't do that. I mean, you always come to the park earlier than everybody else, do your extra work. That kind of tips that help you out to improve yourself and be a better pitcher every day.
Sometimes he talk to me and say, I feel tired a little bit, and I just tell him, that you have to work a little harder, and that way physically you're gonna be in good shape.
But actions always speak louder than words, and Ramon backs it up on the mound, where his consistency and dedication shine through.
To me, what really qualifies you there is you doing the job. You're going out on the field and performing, and Ramon's put a great year together. And to me, that's what really qualifies a player to take on that veteran status and some leadership, because when he does open up his mouth and says something, the player knows that what he's saying is true because he's seen him perform.
But of all the wondrous games Ramon Martinez has pitched in his career, none was so compelling as the masterpiece he threw against the Florida Marlins on July 14th. 'Twas a midsummer's night, and fans flocked to Dodger Stadium to witness near perfection. Ramon Martinez would become just the 6th Los Angeles Dodger to pitch a no-hitter, and his teammates were there every step of the way. The 1-1 pitch to Chuck Carr, a drag bunt by the mound. DeShields is on it and throws to get him. Nice play. Ramon Martinez has pitched a perfect 7 innings. Terry Pendleton wails one to right center. Hollingsworth on the dead run and picks it off on the warning track.
When I started thinking about the no-hitter, it was when I get into the 8th inning. After I finished the 7th, when I went to the 8th, that's when I said, well, this is the chance, so I'm never gonna give it up, so I'm gonna go harder.
And now it has arrived, that sweet, precious moment in a baseball game that has seen one man almost against the world. And the man is Ramon Martinez. He is 1 out away from a no-hitter. And Martinez' 2-2 pitch is a flare to left. Kelly is there. Martinez has got it. A no-hitter, and he is being mobbed by his teammates.
I feel like myself like I was dreaming. Even when I wake up the next morning, I feel like, man, did I pitch a no-hitter? So I get that newspaper, and you know, all what they talk in the news, it was about the no-hitter, and I mean, it was something amazing that I couldn't believe.
Dodgers All-Stars.
The ballpark in Arlington was the site of the '95 All-Star Game, with 5 Dodgers represented: Piazza, Worrell, Jose Offerman, Mondesi, and Nomo. And you can guess who everyone wanted to see. But also raving about Nomo were the big kids.
Put yourself in his shoes, coming into this country, coming out of Japan, and then all the media that's following him around everywhere he's gone. I mean, how much more pressure can this guy handle? I mean, it's just, he's just done a great job, and you know, wish him continued success, except against us, of course.
I think it's exciting for baseball. It's my first time to see him, and I'm looking very forward to it.
He's probably got the nastiest stuff that I've seen of any new pitcher coming into the league. The windup is deceptive. He has a great fastball and a good split finger, and I'm definitely glad he's in the National League.
His pitching motion is something you've never seen before and probably never see again, and it's very effective.
He comes up like this, puts his hands and stops straight right here, and then when he makes a pivot, it's just a straight pivot, turn around like that, so he shows his whole back to the hitter. So most hitters are looking, you know, facing the guy like that, but he's got the whole back at you like that. So if anything, you see his name coming at you, next thing you know, here comes a forkball from out of nowhere, and that's the toughest thing about him, I think.
In the National League, there hadn't been many teams who've hit him really good.
Nomo was the first rookie pitcher to start an All-Star game since Fernando Valenzuela in 1981, and he didn't disappoint. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit, no runs. Nomo was throwing to fellow starter Mike Piazza, who threw out Carlos Baerga on a steal attempt, and also went deep.
Now Piazza at the plate. Hits one to deep right field. Kirby Puckett back, and it is gone. Mike Piazza.
Pound for pound, there is nobody in baseball stronger than Mike Piazza. Nobody.
And behind Nomo and Piazza, the National League won 3-2. It was the 3rd straight All-Star game for Mike in just his 3rd full season, and for good reason. He'd go on to hit 32 home runs and drive in 92, becoming the first Dodger in franchise history with 20 or more home runs in his first 3 seasons.
Swung on a drive to right field. Tony Gwynn going back in the corner. If it's fair, it's gone. Home run. Piazza wins it for the Dodgers, 8-5.
Here's a pitch to Piazza and a high fly ball to left center field. Bonds is going to turn. He's going to watch it. It is gone. And for Mike Piazza, he hits it out of sight.
He is one of the strongest guys I've ever seen play the game. I put him in the class of a Willie Stargell. Power, I had 4 guys playing for me in 1977 who then set a major league record. 4 guys hitting 30 or more home runs. Had never been done in the history of the big leagues. But none of those 4 guys could hit them as far as Michael Piazza does.
Mike missed more than 3 weeks with a torn ligament in his thumb, which makes his year even more remarkable. And when he returned, he did so with a flourish.
The pitch to Piazza swung on and a high drive into right field. Orsulak to the wall. Gone. Welcome back, Piazza.
But there's more to Mike than power. He hit .346 in '95 and challenged for the batting title.
I have to do what's going to help the team be successful. And myself personally, I know that my strengths are hitting to all fields, getting my base hits when I'm not really swinging for power that much. And if that translates into 340 or 350 or competing for a batting title, then so be it. If not, then that's fine too. And because my job out there is to drive in runs, I know that that's my priority out there.
Mike is also best friends with Eric Karros, and together they made for a dynamic duo.
I think we complemented each other extremely well this year. He was getting on base a lot ahead of me, and it allowed me to have a lot of RBI opportunities. By the same token, I think because of the year I was having, he was getting to see a lot more pitches. They weren't intentionally walking him all the time, and I think you know, for both of us to have the years that we did, it helped the other guy out quite a bit.
The 1993 Rookie of the Year has also improved defensively each season. It's hard to believe that Mike Piazza was a 62nd round pick in the free agent draft. It just goes to show what hard work and dedication can do. And nobody works harder than Mike Piazza.
Pennant drive.
As the Dodgers' Western Division battle with the surprising Colorado Rockies grew more tense by the day, one man stepped to the forefront, versatile rookie Chad Fonville, who proved to be just the spark the Dodgers needed. Claimed off waivers from the Expos in June, Fonville quickly became a big part of the Dodgers' attack.
There goes the runner, a good jump. The throw down to second is not in time, and Fonville steals his fourth.
The 1-0 pitch. A bunt toward third. Good bunt. DeLucia picks it up. Throws to first. Too late.
Now the strike one pitch in the dirt. Goes between the legs of Santiago. And here comes Fonville to the plate. And Fonville scores 1-0 Dodgers. And a bunt by Fonville. Ashby can't get it. You know what that means? He's going to leg it out. It is virtually impossible for the second baseman to throw out Fonville if he can get the bunt by the mound.
Chad Fonville, he has delivered in a big, big way. He has been a tremendous boost for this team offensively, defensively. He is everywhere, and he is everywhere with a great amount of enthusiasm.
My dream finally came true, you know, and I'm just so, excited, It's a big step for me coming from single-A ball to the big leagues, and it's a great feeling.
When Fonville took over short, Delino DeShields moved back to second base, where he led the team in steals and in the last 2 months of the season hit over 300. The Dodgers also reacquired Brett Butler, who figured prominently in their division title drive.
And the pitch to Eric Karros. Swung on, line drive, caught by Ryan Thompson, who drops the ball in the act of throwing. Here comes Butler. He's going to score anyway. And Butler, in a bizarre play, tags up to bring it in, and the Dodgers win it 6-5. So help me. And everybody up at Dodger Stadium. Bases loaded, 2 out in the ninth. The 3-2 pitch is high. Ball 4. Everybody moves up 90, and the Dodgers move 1 game in front of the Colorado Rockies.
Butler's addition moved 1995 acquisition Roberto Kelly to left, where he hit .329 the final 2 months. Heroics also came by way of pinch hitter Chris Gwynn, with his brother looking on.
The winning run at first base for the Dodgers with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 2-2 tie. Over 52,000 taking in a great game at Dodger Stadium. Kelly doesn't go, and Gwynn sends a fly ball to deep right field. It's gone. Chris Gwynn wins the game with a home run. They're mobbing Chris Gwynn at home plate. He just belted his first home run of the year, and the Dodgers beat the Padres 4-2, and they're within a half a game of the Rockies of the National League West, and still a game and a half ahead of the Astros in the wild card chase. What a night at Dodger Stadium, especially for the pride of Long Beach. And this time we're not talking about Tony, we're talking about Chris Gwynn.
On September 20th, in the heat of the pennant race, the Dodgers got a scare when Piazza was hit on the wrist by a pitch.
Mike is down on hands and knees. Bill Bueller, the head trainer, comes out. Tom Lasorda and third base coach Joey Malfitano. And he is in a lot of pain. Will that hand begin to swell? Will begin to stiffen?
But they don't come much tougher than Piazza, who was back the very next day. And talking tough, who generates more intensity than Raul Mondesi, both at bat and in the outfield?
He lives to throw runners out. That's his enjoyment.
And nobody does it better than Raul, who has surprised many a runner who thought they had it made.
Picking it up in the bullpen, and there goes Chipper, and the throw. He is out at second base. Mondesi has done it again.
Nothing that he does surprises me anymore. That's what people ask me. Can you believe the play he made? Can you believe the throw he made? I say, no, I can believe it because nothing surprises me anymore.
Mondesi has to stop to play the hop, then throw to the plate. Good throw. He's out at the plate.
You know, they hit the ball in the corner, and they think that they've got a double, and they still keep testing Mondesi.
Mondesi over to cut it off. McRae's trying for second. Here's a throw, and they've got it. Mondesi leads the league in outfield assists, and you just don't run on Raul Mondesi. The pitch on the way to Bagwell is a drive to right field. Mondesi's got to play, fighting the sun. He's got it. Fires back to first base. Out, double play. Dodgers win.
A first-time All-Star and 1995 Gold Glove winner, Mondesi hit .285 with 26 home runs and 88 RBIs. He just might be the Dodgers' best all-around weapon.
3-2 pitch is swung on, a high drive into deep left center field, a grand slam home run.
Mondesi led the majors in outfield assists for the second straight year and stole 31 bases, the first Dodger with 20 or more home runs and stolen bases in the same season since Kirk Gibson in 1988.
When Raul came up through our minor league system, and I would hear the reports day after day, whether he was playing at San Antonio or Albuquerque, there was always one thing that you would hear in any game report. Raul Mondesi did something extraordinary in today's game. Raul Mondesi is one of those players who almost in every game that he plays has the ability to do something that you just don't see the normal player do.
The 2-2 fastball is slapped into right field. Look out, Mondesi on the dead run, and he throws him out.
There's no telling how far and how much he could accomplish. He is tremendous talent. This young man has the opportunity of being a star.
Nomo mania.
The excitement generated by Nomo mania had an uncanny similarity to Fernando mania. And like Fernando, Hideo did not disappoint his excitable fans, winning 6 straight in June, with an amazing 0.89 earned run average during that stretch. The National League Player of the Month.
Hideo delivers, got him swinging with a splitter. 11 strikeouts. And there is something wonderful going on here at Dodger Stadium, and Hideo Nomo is getting a standing ovation.
Nomo's unique motion left hitters twisting in the wind. He'd lead the league with a Dodger rookie record, 236 strikeouts. fanning 10 or more batters in 11 games. And in June, he took on Sandy Koufax's club mark of 49 strikeouts in 4 consecutive games.
As Nomo goes to the windup, and the 3-2 pitch to Weiss swung on and missed. He's had 50 strikeouts in 4 games to surpass the great Sandy Koufax. There was a K in Sandy's name. We're going to have to put a silent K in Nomo.
In Japan, his games were shown on giant screens in 13 cities, and life came to a stop whenever Nomo pitched. His first fans had followed him as a Kintetsu Buffalo, where the 5-time All-Star earned Rookie of the Year honors and led the league in strikeouts 4 times. If there was any doubt that he could make the transition to the major leagues, it was quickly erased as his teammates embraced the Nomo mystique.
I think he's added kind of a mysterious third dimension to our team a little bit, just in the fact that he's been one of the few players come from Japan and be successful over here as a starting, especially as a starting pitcher.
When he gets a lead, and he knows what to do. I mean, he wants the ball. He knows it's his game to win, that he's got to take that game. And I think a lot of pitchers, young pitchers, can learn from that, because some guys go out there pitching not to lose instead of to win, and he goes out there and he definitely pitches to win.
You know, he's a great competitor, but he doesn't show his emotion at all, which is very surprising, because he doesn't, if he just threw a shutout or if he just got blasted, looks exactly the same. And I want to thank Japan for sending him over.
By midsummer, Nomo had won over all of Major League Baseball. And on August 5th, his battle with Barry Bonds ended in predictable Nomo fashion.
Got him swinging. He has struck out 4 in a row. 7 in the game.
For 8 1/3 innings, Nomo was perfect and settled for a 3-0 shutout.
And down goes Hill. The out recorded at first, and that's as good as it gets.
Nomo had taken the Giants to school with an almost perfect performance, and that called for an important lesson from his manager.
Now I want you to say this. I want you to learn how to say this. Say, I bleed Dodger blue. That's great.
You could just tell that having a manager like Tommy Lasorda was something Hideo truly appreciated.
すごく人間味があって、そうですね、やっぱり監督、マネージャーとしての考え方が好きだというか、選手第一に考えるそういう考え方が、自分は気に入ってます。
By year's end, Nomo had gone 13-6. His 2.54 earned run average was second lowest in the league, and his opposing batting average was number 1. Nomo would rightfully win the Rookie of the Year award, the 4th straight Dodger to be so named, and the 8th in the last 17 years. And on July 15th, he got his first hit.
Hey, there's a ground ball, base hit for Nomo in the center field.
Everything Nomo did in 1995 turned to gold. He took the media attention in the same stride as pitching a one-hitter. He bridged 2 cultures through baseball. And best of all, he got to live every boy's dream.
The things that have played out this season played out once before. They played out in the dreams of Hideo Nomo. And for Hideo, the dreams became the reality.
On the hill, Todd Worrell.
The career of Dodgers closer Todd Worrell almost ended due to elbow and shoulder injuries. But in his 3rd year with Los Angeles, Todd was finally healthy, and it showed. he began the season 12 for 12 in save opportunities. He finished with a team-high 32, a 4-1 record, and a 2.05 ERA.
Worrell ready. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. He struck out the side. Bouncer back to Worrell. He goes to Fonville. Back to Karros. They get the double play. They have whittled the Colorado Rockies lead to 2.5 games.
You know, everyone's been asking about this year and the numbers I've been able to put together. And to me, it's very easy. It's health. I've been healthy. I'm not doing anything different. The only thing that is different is I'm older. I've got a little more experience, and maybe my fastball isn't quite what it used to be in my first 4 years, but I think I got a lot of experience that I use when I'm out on the mound. I've been able to be out there when Tommy and the Dodgers need me to be in the game, and that's what keeps me consistent, and I could put some good numbers out if I'm healthy.
A healthy Todd Worrell struck out 61 batters in 1995 and walked just 19. He helped represent the Dodgers at the All-Star Game. And during a magnificent 3-game stretch in August, he was absolutely untouchable.
Worrell out of a stretch, and here he comes. Fastball got him looking. He's done it again. Oh, what a performance by Todd Worrell. 9 of the last 11 batters he has struck out, and he has struck out the side 3 consecutive appearances.
A 9-year veteran with 7 World Series games under his belt, Todd has seen and done things other players simply dream about, and he understands the need to share that knowledge.
It's a lost art today in the game for players to talk about the game like they used to 10 or 15 years ago, for the younger players to listen to, maybe not really contribute or comment to, but just listen to guys the way they play the game. And we have a few guys, a handful of guys on this team that in my opinion, measure up to that veteran status. And I've tried to encourage the young guys on this team that, you know, you only get one shot, and these guys, you know, we'll be gone in the next couple of years. Take advantage of it, because you can learn a lot about the game.
On September 20th, Todd recorded his 29th save to become the Dodgers' all-time single-season leader in saves. Todd Worrell, healthy and happy.
I think every reliever, especially stopper's dream is you want to be the last guy to touch the ball, get the last out in a big game. That's what I'm looking for.
Like Worrell, Tim Wallach provided veteran leadership for the '95 Dodgers. Tim had great months of May and August, but struggled with injuries the rest of the year. And no wonder. Tim Wallach plays the game to its fullest.
This is popped up, and let's see if there is a play for Wallach. And no. Whoa! Boy, he hit the top of the dugout hard.
On August 27, Tim tore the posterior cruciate ligament in his left leg, chasing down a foul ball. It could have finished him for the year, or even worse.
They thought he was through for the rest of the season. Possibly they thought it was a career-ending injury. But knowing him and knowing the competitiveness that he has within him, knowing how much he knew that we needed him, knowing him in the sense that he's one of the finest team players you'll ever want. He's what I call a manager's delight.
2 weeks later, Tim was braced, but back. He embarked on an 11 for 27 streak with flawless play in the field. And he didn't just come back to get his 2,000th base hit.
Personal goals are not what are important to me. It may have been a little selfish in the fact that I want to get to the playoffs, but I don't think that's wrong.
Well, he did help the Dodgers reach the playoffs, and on September 22nd, he also reached 2,000.
There's a line drive base hit to left. Charging the Evis, they're going to stop Piazza at third. That's a milestone for Tim Wallach, and he lifts his helmet. The 2,000th hit in his career.
The young players look up to him with admiration and respect. He is a real, genuine leader.
around the town.
The Dodgers have always been one of the most giving organizations in baseball. They believe in their community, and the Dodger players think nothing about giving up their time to bring a smile to a youngster in need.
How's it going, man? Eric Karros. How you doing?
1, 2, 3, Dodgers!
Never quit. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Because if you really put your mind to it and you want to do it, you will do it.
Make sure you get ready. You're like this. You got your knees bent, you got your glove out there, and you're ready to field the ball. All right? Yeah, like that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah! Okay, let's see it again.
Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't be what you want to be. Because if you can set those goals as high as you possibly can, you're going to be whatever you want to be. Your dreams will come true.
Hi. What's your name?
Let me get a t-shirt.
Erica? Hi. How you doing? Nice to meet you. The main thing is, if you go out and you do the best you can, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
You're going to be close.
What?
Hey, dude, what's going on, man? Just hanging out here. What's your name?
James.
James, my name's Eric, man.
Eric's got a college education. I've got one. You can get a college education and still play ball.
I take advantage of it because I like doing it. You know, whether the players take the responsibility or not, we do need role models. We do need athletes and people that are in the public eye willing to stand up and live, I think, live a right life, or at least try to. It's a tough position to be in. There's a lot of responsibility. Some players, you know, have made it public. They don't want that responsibility, and I think it goes with the territory.
But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. But in the Dodger version. There is joy in Dodger land. Mighty Karros has hit one out. Yeah!
Kids are an important part of the Dodger family, and sometimes it's the kids who give back. Like Billy Crystal's special guest during a Dodger broadcast in 1995.
We're being joined by Billy Crystal here in the booth, and who's your friend?
This is what's right with baseball. This is what baseball should be. Julian, look, can you see yourself on television? This is Julian Sanchez. I met Julian in the stands. Julian knows the names of every player on the field. He knows all their last names. If you just said Hideo
Nomo.
Mike
Piazza.
Eric
Karros.
Raul
Mondesi.
is this like the greatest? Isn't this what baseball should be?
That is a baseball fan.
Julian, who's your favorite Dodger?
Mike Piazza.
Good choice.
Who caught that? Chad
Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, even the new guys.
Now watch this, though. You'll really appreciate this. Who were the Dodger announcers? Vin?
Scully.
And Ross?
Poodle.
He's got him down.
Look at you, Julian. Look at you.
Can you wave? Atta boy. All right.
Yeah. Mike.
Piazza.
Eric.
Karros.
Tommy.
Basoda.
By 10, he's going to be the PA announcer here.
Take me, Rick. Rick ahead.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Crackle Jack. I don't care if we never get back for two. Ooh, for the home team. They're the winner for the shame. But 1, 2, distraction out of the old ball game.
Well, there was no kidding around on September 25th when the first-place Colorado Rockies came to Dodger Stadium, as Martinez got some help from his friends.
Swung on, little dribbler. Wallach was deep, charges, bare hands, throws. Got him. Nice play. Tim wouldn't know his face was in the grass.
Still, the Dodgers trailed by 1 in the 6th.
Swift at the belt, delivers, swung on, hit in the air to left center and deep. On the run is Kingery. It is gone. 4-3 Dodgers.
The dramatic 2-run homer by Eric Karros was his 8th game-winning home run of the year, and it set the stage for Todd Worrell in the ninth.
Fly ball to right field. This should end it. Waiting for it, Mondesi, and the Dodgers are in first place in the Western Division. Once again, the final, the Dodgers 4 and the Rockies 3.
The Dodgers lost the next night and once again trailed by half a game. But in Game 3, Kevin Tapani came through. Tapani was acquired from Minnesota for the pennant drive. And now Kevin had a win, thanks to another home run by Karros and one by Piazza.
Ground ball, shortstop. Bonville to DeShields, one, first base, two, and this one is over. And the Dodgers win 7-4 and go back into first place by a half game in the National League's Western Division.
2 out of 3 in the biggest series of the year.
Pennant drive.
It was the final weekend of the season against the San Diego Padres, and the Dodgers were looking to clinch their division. But in Game 1, near disaster, as Raul Mondesi badly sprained his right knee while rounding first base.
Not good news for the Dodgers. Strong home run and RBI man, and maybe the best throwing arm in baseball.
The Dodgers lost that game and failed to clinch. But incredibly, the next day, who showed up as the starting right fielder but Raul Mondesi?
You can see it looks like a disc right at the kneecap. That's where it allows the kneecap to actually come through the brace.
Mondesi showing a lot of heart tonight, trying to pick up Wallach, who's wearing his brace out there at second base. 1-1 tie. Breaking ball hammered to center. Back goes Finley, away back. It's gone. The man who wasn't supposed to play, the man who couldn't play, has just hit a 2-run home run to give the Dodgers a 3-1 lead. Raul's inspirational comeback must have rubbed off on Piazza, for Mike wasn't content with a 2-run margin. Fastball, and he jumped on it. And that one is a line drive home run. 5-1 Dodgers. Boy, was that killed. Yeah, you gotta believe. 2 big home runs by Mondesi and now Piazza. And Hideo Nomo was also picture perfect, as he allowed just 1 earned run over 8 innings. There's number 11 for Hideo Nomo, and I believe that will be his sayonara song for tonight. Worrell came on to pitch the ninth, as the Dodgers anticipated their 7th division title under manager Tommy Lasorda. Here comes a fly. It will be the honor to Delino DeShields. That's it. Here they go. Crazy. And why not? Another great moment for Tommy in this, his 46th year in the Dodger organization, his 19th as manager. And Hideo Nomo got the win.
Hideo Nomo won my 1,500 victory, and then he won one of the biggest games of my life today. What a great performance he put on tonight. You know, this guy is such a tremendous competitor and a winner. He really arose to the occasion. He knew how big his game was, and buddy, he did it.
Oh man, just the best day of my life. I just feel so great right now. I'm just happy Fred gave me the chance to come over here and play and prove myself, and it's just so wonderful right now.
Everyone pitched in. It's been that way all year, and I don't think there's any one person you can point to. It was a team effort, and I was glad to, you know, I've been in a couple, but I can't remember. I don't think I've ever gotten the last out to clinch a championship either way, so it was fun to be out there. Yeah.
The Dodgers did eventually lose to the Cincinnati Reds in the division series, and as is the Dodgers' way, they were gracious in defeat. But for Hideo and the Dodgers, the season still was a huge success. Few teams in baseball have more proven and talented young stars. Even the rookies who don't win Rookie of the Year are exciting. Rookie outfielder Todd Hollinsworth, who made 25 starts for the Dodgers, showed flashes of brilliance despite some nagging injuries to his right hand and thumb. At age 19, Kareem Garcia won the 1995 Sporting News Minor League Player of the Year and was the youngest player to play in the major leagues. Mike Bush showed some power in 1995. He hit 3 home runs for the Dodgers in just 17 at-bats. 20-year-old Roger Cedeno got his first big league hit in August after hitting .305 at Albuquerque. Darren Dreifert, the second pick overall in the 1993 draft, is coming back from surgery and is expected to make an impact in 1996. Hard-throwing Antonio Osuna appeared in 39 games during his rookie season. And you can add Korean Chan Ho Park to the staff of the Dodgers International House of Pitchers. Who knows? He might be the next Rookie of the Year for a team that, dating back to 1947, when Jackie Robinson won the first Rookie of the Year award, has captured 15 such honors, more than twice as many as any other team in baseball.
We now have more young players in place than we have had for many, many years. And so all of us in the Dodger organization feel very good about this because it's really what we're looking for, and it's what our fans are looking for, the consistency of success, the continuity of success. And I believe that we've put ourselves in the position to continue to have a lot of fun in the postseason for many years to come.
No question, the 35th season of Dodger Stadium looks very promising indeed.